What's up? The Cavs are back. I'm here with Steve. Justin's going to be joining us momentarily. Steve, what's going on, man?
I'm just living life, man. I recently played a crazy game of basketball, pickup
Yeah.
game. It was pretty wild. Pulled up, I was chilling, shooting by myself. And then these dudes were like, yo, do you want to run threes? I was like, let's run the threes. But then a whole other group pulled up and they were like, nah, fuck that. We running full court. Let's shoot for it. Let's shoot for captains. And I was like, all right, whatever, cool. First two dudes make it. First of all, I just want everybody to know they all look like Brown. Is that his name on the Nuggets?
Oh, Christian Brown?
Yeah, they all look like him. Every single dude on this team looks like him, right? So these two dudes, they make it. They're captain. They're picking, and there's only like two schlubby guys. It's like me and a dude with a man bun, and the dude with the man bun is wearing a Clippers shirt of JJ Redick. So it's kind of wild. I've never seen no shit like that on God. So they pick him instead of me. I'm last, right? Last person picked. I'm like, whatever, I get it. I'm short and I'm schlubby. It is what it is. Mike, I was balling. But
yeah,
I was whooping that ass. But none of these motherfuckers knew how to play basketball. They was just all terrible. There was just a whole bunch of like white dudes waiting for the tennis court to be like clear.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. They wasn't really, bro. They have like bags and shit with rackets in them. You think what I'm saying? Bro, but this is the shit that pissed me off. So, oh shit, Justin. Oh, look at cardigan. He looking fly.
Cardigan with some exposed brick in the background. He's looking good. He's looking good.
You look like did you move?
Shout out to Sharks Pool Club.
Oh shit! Hey man, it's cracking.
I got a pool table in the other room. This is the cheapest space to rent in New York.
Hey man, I respect it. But
this is actually kind of lit.
Nah, super lit. But anyway, at the end of the game, whatever, I scored 6 points, not consecutively, but I had the most points on my team. And then they were like, yo, bro, man, you pretty good. I was like, oh, thank you. It's like, yeah, man, I don't know why we would pick the black guy last.
Oh, no.
They said that out loud?
Yes. And they all look like the dude on the Nuggets, Brown. I'm like, y'all can't say that in the city of Philadelphia looking like a bench warmer on the Denver Nuggets. It just don't make no goddamn sense.
You know what, Steve? I will say, though, I believe you described Christian Brown to us into the chat as someone that would use a hard R.
100%.
And so I guess it does check. It does check out.
Absolutely.
That's a bad ending to the story. But what I do like is that you got picked last and then went up and got some buckets right away.
Yeah. Shout out the jumper.
That's going to feel good. Justin, have you been playing at all?
Yeah, I've played a little since the last time we've done this. Let's say the jumper is historically known as a shooter. Recently, the jumper has not been falling. I think I've texted the group chat and said I played like Pat Bev today, and and I think the last thing I texted y'all was I played like Draymond today.
That is a step up.
It is. It's starting to get. I was playing somebody, and then like in the second play, this dude just yelled at his team, "This motherfucker face guarded me." And absolutely I was. And did he get a shot off? No.
Well, to complete the pickup stories, I didn't play because I'm done. I'm retired. I already told you this. I'm not coming back. I'm going to bring this up every week. Every week I'm going to come out here. I'm going to say I'm still not playing. I will come up at some point. We'll come out of retirement. For the time being, though, we're going to let the back heal. We're going to get ourselves healthy again. All right. We got to thank the NBA gods this week because I feel like, the NBA finals is going on, but you can only talk about the NBA finals so much. And you have so many other podcasts that are doing it. And the NBA gods parted the smoke-filled clouds of New York. And they were like, here's everything. Here's everything you could ever want. I don't know. I mean, Zion made the thumbnail. Is that where we start? And I don't know. I was on Twitter just before we got on, and I don't think the Zion story's over, is what I would say. I think we're getting new additions, much like Trump's new indictment that just dropped. we are getting more information from different people.
I don't-
I don't know. I'll open the floor. Who wants to take a stab at what's going on?
Can I say before we dive into what's going on, I will say that maybe this works out for Zion like it did for Trump, where you flood the zone with shit, where that so many people pop up with so many things to say about him that it becomes normalized, and we just associate Zion with that rather than each individual instance. Because I can see it happening.
I love that.
I'll let Steve speak deeper.
My thing about Zion is at least we know what the fuck he's doing when he's injured. Like now we can't really be like, all right, yo, he just doing nothing. He's not in there just eating Cheetos. He's getting to scandalous activities. But my thing is, bro, I hope the locker room is like not mean to him anymore. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be a human to be like, oh damn, this motherfucker got caught up with all this money, man. Like, all right, bro, like do your thing, be lazy. But like if CJ McCullough's in the locker room, like, well, you done more tedious and evil things to this franchise, I'm gonna be upset, man. You know what I'm saying?
If I was his teammate, like if I was Jose Alvarado, I think I would just start calling him Tiger. I think that's how I would approach this if I was a teammate. Man, it was crazy. I was talking about this a little bit this morning. I think my favorite thing about all of it unfolding is just the specificity. like those tweets were so specific that it was true, right? Like it wasn't. It could have just been like, oh yeah, well we got after it a couple of times. We're like, okay, like cool. But he's like, no, you got mad when the photographer put honey on me, and I'm like, what?
Yo, if she's lying, A24, make the film today, please. If she's lying, because that shit is crazy.
It was,
yeah. She was saying some stuff too. She was like, I was down with you from the beginning. All right. I held you down. I got you into shape. I told you about all these other women out here. Like, and I think she's like, she said in the tweet she was 29. So like, a little older in the game.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a bad way. I truly mean that in a way where like, it sounds as of course she presents herself in the best light, but she was like, you know what? We had a relationship. It was going to work out well for both of us. I was going to keep your nose out of the mess, get you good on court. I texted y'all this. She probably had David Griffin on the line, probably had some nutritionists. She probably was bringing the meals.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I bet she had a network of other girls in cities who she knew were full of shit, like the ones that like hold them down. Like she's presented. It sounds like he had a good thing, but Zion is out here living.
It did seem like she was part of the staff, like that she was like the way that you're right, the way that it was presented. Like I like that she was in his ear, almost like that Draymond, like literally is it like that Draymond Clay gift, that meme. Where she's like, I told you were going to be the next king. I had you on the path. You're going to stay away from that toxic. I'm here for that. I love it. You know what? I was thinking about this too. There's nothing Zion can do outside of like what Justin said, just like flood the market now. But it's not like he can say anything, right? He can't address this at all, right?
Because even if you say she's lying, we gonna believe her. And then if you agree to it, we're gonna be like, damn, brother, you fucking up. Adam Silver in his office, hot right now. He's like, oh, this man got a toy gun. This dude's doing all this crazy shit. Adam Silver's like, what kind of draft class was this? You know what I mean?
You know who's warming up right now, though? Jalen Rose. He's like, get me another sit down.
Zion, I've been where you've been, brother. As a young man from Detroit, I was out here. It was me and Roxy Reynolds.
Yo, he said Roxy Reynolds. Oh, nah, you different. Too much white people here for that one.
I know. Could you see my fingers like typing? Meanwhile, Mike Greenberg is going to be like, now, Zion, was the spitting something for the court? Was that something were you trying to lubricate your muscles a little bit more so that you were more flexible out there?
Oh, man.
It sucks, too, because he really is. I mean, not that this is making me root for him any less, but I like Zion is fun. When Zion is out there, he's fun. He's likable. He laughs all the time. And I just like this story would be way better if he was playing all the time. Because if he's playing all the time, people are just like, man, that guy's got that dog in him. Right? Like that's what they would say.
Oh my god. Let's pray he play more than like 30 games next year. Like you actually at this point, bro, you gotta play like 70. Dead ass serious. Like just so we can forget about this, bro. 70. 70.
Yeah.
I mean, if he plays a full season, will Shorty doing her job though? Maybe he needed to step out. Maybe he needed to step out to get to his superpowers.
Oh,
I mean, look. The greatest player in the NBA history is Michael Jordan, right? And he was stepping out all the time. Maybe that's just some people need that. Some people need a little on the side to keep them motivated. Zion needs a reason to get up for a game in Utah on a Tuesday night in February.
It sounds like Zion's got no problem getting up. That's a
fact.
I also, man, okay, Zion, I know you're not watching, but just in case someone from New Orleans has some sway, get this in front of them. This is the playbook right here, because this baby's probably due in what? Like right around the beginning of the season, I would imagine. Maybe a little bit into the season. Maybe it's close to Christmas. Zion needs to have a sit down with like Malika or Rachel Nichols. And be like, you know what? Now that I'm a father, my priorities have changed. And then, right? Like, then he just changes that narrative. He's like, actually, I wouldn't be the man I am today if I didn't go through the adversity of filming all of my sexual acts with a woman like that. But now, as a father of maybe a daughter, I now know that I need to be getting 20 and 10 on the court and not in the bedroom.
Hey man, I hope somebody in New Orleans send that clip. Send what he just said to Zion. He needs that.
Yeah, or maybe we should. Yeah, as Justin would say, we get this to Mariah Mills so that she could get it to David Griffin. Should we stay on the outside and just talk some Ja? Should we just pivot right to Ja?
I just want y'all to know, man, I'm Ja's lawyer.
Yes.
AKA Black Jimmy McGill, AKA Young Saul Goodman, and that was a toy you saw. That was not a firearm. There was no clips in it. There was nothing. It is harmless. It's the same thing you could buy at the bodega on 43rd and 16th, and it shoot water. That's right, just water, not ammunition, water.
You know what? Okay, why did it take 2 months for them to let us know it was a toy gun?
You know, Ja is a busy man. Giving back to organizations, trying to help the kids play basketball. He has dance classes, Mike. We don't have time to address things that are not true.
Also, I love if it's a water gun, you got to say it's a water gun. Don't call it a toy gun. That's my other note.
Excuse me. Objection. Toy gun is a water gun because a water gun is a toy.
Nah, come on.
You get a lawyer Steve over here.
I told you, Black Jimmy McGill. What's up?
Black Jim. He's a binging Better Call Saul because he can't get into the NBA Finals. I get it.
Yeah, that is wild that he waited. There's like 2 months now. It's a water gun, actually. Like it's gonna clear our name. Like,
how does that not come out right away?
It should be the first day you get caught. Nah, it's a toy, bro. The first day, it's a toy. It's a toy, bro.
Yeah.
Also, like, they stopped selling water guns like that in the 90s. So you had to modify your water gun to get it like that. You telling me Ja Morant? You telling me Ja Morant was like back in South Carolina spray painting that shit black and taking the tip off? You know how much work you got to do to make it look like a real gun. Why does homie react like that? Why does homie react like that on the live?
Right. Oh, don't show the toy gun. Also,
well, he should have just. His homie should have playfully took that water to the face. Like, look, it's water. I don't know.
But it real like outside of maybe they were shooting a music video. Why? Even if it was a toy gun, just why? Why? Like, why do you have? Why? What are you using it for? Like, what are you using the toy gun for? I can actually understand the real gun way more than the toy gun.
What if it's the same dude that gave him the gun, waited 2 months to be like, yo, say it's a toy.
Oh, that's good.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, yo, if you have a real lawyer, like they'll be like, yo, this take you're trying to do right now is pretty stupid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way it was some professional person that told him to say that.
I mean, I don't know. I almost wonder too. Like, I'm just trying to piece together any kind of logical version of this. Maybe it was the lawyers like, if they can't prove anything, you can say whatever you want. Like, if they can't prove that's a real gun, if they can't prove a timeline, it's a water gun, and the NBA can't do anything. Like, they don't have like investigators who are going to like give my man who was driving,
Right.
Nah. So it might have just been like, all right, the NBA's presented you their evidence, and his lawyer's just like, water gun, there we go.
Even if that is the case, I still can't get over it taking a couple of months to come up with that.
Nah, it's stupid. It's stupid.
That's like, because I mean, like if a child had a real gun and they were about to get in trouble, they'd be like, "Oh, it's a toy!" Like right away, right? And a team of adults, like a team, like PR, legal, probably somebody from the Grizzlies, Jaws in a circle. It all took them months.
There's like encrypted messages on Signal discussing like
Yeah. Yeah, the
what this is gonna
WhatsApp is
be.
popping.
WhatsApp is popping.
Oh man, it was so good. One other thing about the job that I know I've talked a lot about, but I'd love to. We need your takes on this. Is just Adam Silver. Adam, what are you doing, man? Right before the finals, where he's like, "Yeah, we got some stuff on Ja, but I don't want to be a distraction." No one was talking about Ja, so why are you bringing it up? And then I've seen him like 4 times. He talked to Woj, I think. Then he was next to Stephen A. Smith looking scared as hell. And then today he was on like the Dan Patrick show. He's doing a tour about how he doesn't want to be a distraction, talking specifically about Ja. It's crazy.
I don't. Go ahead, see.
There's either 2 things I could think of. The first thing is he's not trying to talk about that shit, but everybody around him is like, yo, Adam, come on. And he's like, yo, I'm just trying to fucking have my breakfast. I'm just trying to do this thing. And they're like, come on. You got to talk. Come on, man. That's the first thing I could think of. The second thing is he was like, oh, this Ja Morant guy is fucking ridiculous. I'll handle it later. And then somebody's like, yo, this finals is not going to get no viewership. Why don't you talk about something crazy? And he's like, all right, cool. So it's one of those because nothing else makes logical sense. You know what I'm saying?
Right? What were you going to say, Justin?
Yeah, I don't know who cares. Who, like, other than like deep NBA people, like, who cares? If I was Adam Silver right now, I'd be talking about, hey, remember y'all making fun of me for the play-in game? A team from the play-in is in the NBA Finals. You like the NCAA tournament? Well, now you can watch the NBA because we have Cinderella, Miami Heat, Jimmy Butler. I told y'all they should have Jimmy Butler in a Barbie commercial, like one of those bad NBA crossovers. You can have Jimmy as Ken and do a little stupid shit. I'd be pushing the hell out of that storyline. I'm like, Ja Morant is not here. We got to worry about that. just push it to the side. Wait for somebody to bring that shit up. And then if they start talking about Ja Morant after the finals, like, oh man, look at this 7'3" French guy we got. Let's talk about that. We ain't never seen that. No. In fact, here's exclusive interview with Wembanyama talking to the commissioner and Magic Johnson. I don't know.
Justin has a 5-year plan to like never talk about Ja Morant. He's like, and then it's Christmas. Like, we got 5 games on Christmas. We don't have to talk about Ja.
Hey, man,
I think it might honestly be pressure from like Nike or the league's kind of affiliate to like, marketing deals, because Ja is probably the biggest under 30s American star right now.
Yeah.
And the face of Nike's basketball brand, or trying to be. So it might be pressure from them, because I don't know if fans give a shit.
Honestly, I do a basketball show every day. I probably consume and produce 4 hours of basketball content a day. Hadn't thought about Ja Morant in 3 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, since the Grizzlies got eliminated, I had not, or since that video came out, hadn't thought about it since. And like I'm deep in it every day. So literally no one was thinking about the Ja, except for maybe Grizzlies fans. Maybe Grizzlies fans were thinking about it. But yeah, it is just so bizarre. The Nike thing's interesting though. I didn't think about that, especially because he had just had that shoe drop. Like maybe they were putting some pressure on. But yeah, it's so weird. It's so weird.
Justin, you should be the commissioner. We fire Adam Silver, dogs.
I would love that. Also, Stubbs in the chat saying he believes Adam Silver's AI. Love that take too.
Yeah, he not real. He not real.
Love
Him,
that take.
Erling Haaland, they're all fake people. Mbappe, they're all AI, bro.
Yo, Mbappe too, huh?
Mbappe is not real. Have you seen Mbappe run? A human can't run like a cheetah, bro. They made him.
I like that. I saw him hanging out with KD though, so that made me think he was real.
Yeah, this is maybe a side point and not on the agenda, so you can stop me. But
No, let's go.
like, we've talked about Zion Ja, that draft, and I mentioned like the under 30s American star. Like, yo, who is it gonna be? Is it Jason Tatum? And
Yes.
Jason Tatum is a very good basketball player, but he's not like. When I'm using star as like the media stuff too.
Star.
But you mean American though, right? Just American.
Yeah. Like Jason Tatum's fine, but he's just not like a personality. You know what I mean? But he's the best He's probably one of the better basketball.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It might just be Ja, bro. If he could clean up his, I'm trying to think of like.
But like, if it's not Ja, then who? Like,
yeah,
because ain't nobody coming in. Maybe Scoot, but that's.
No, I got one for you.
Who?
I got one for you. About to get a bag. Austin Reeves.
Yo, that would be fire though. Bro, that would. Imagine if a dude that looked like he do improv was just litty at basketball. What, bro? I'm with it.
Adam Silver would lose his mind. That's real money. A dude from like the sticks. The dude from Newark, Arkansas. I didn't know
from Hoosiers.
A town of 1,700.
Anybody can make it. Anybody can make it.
Look, real quick. I sent y'all the video. You saw Timothy Chalamet at the cookout with an Austin Reeves jersey doing the swag, sir. Like he's maybe starting to wave.
Come on.
Reeves is coming. Merkermites in the chat said Darius Garland. I do like Darius Garland, but I'm probably not.
Nah, you gotta know basketball to know who he is.
He's fire though. He's so fire. The tween and the he's fire though. He's fire.
I got one more non-agenda thing for us because I saw this right before, and Steve, you just mentioned improv and made me think of it. Did you guys see the clip? I feel like we talked about this on our text. The clip of Paul Pierce on the KG live stream the other night.
No.
Which one?
Is it crazy?
Yeah, he showed up to, I don't think he he knew it was a live stream. Paul Pierce was lit. He got after it, I think, before the live stream started, and then showed up to work. I think we call it work is what he was doing. And the reason I bring it up is when you said improv, it reminded me of doing a show at the Triple Crown with a bunch of hammered people, and you were the only sober person, because KG and again Kevin Garnett was like the voice of reason, trying to like keep it together, being like, nah, dog, we're live. Like, we're live right now, man. Like, it's a live stream. It's a live stream. And Paul Pierce is like, he literally, I'm not even making this up. He was like, you can just like rent a girlfriend for a day. And then he had a girl with him. He's like, yeah, they got websites for that. And he's like, nah, man, we're live right now. And he's like, dude, you could just like, baby, come here. I want you to meet Kevin. Like,
wait.
That's a sketch. That's not even like that's not a real thing.
And KG played really well, where he was just like, like winking almost, being like, "Can you believe this is happening?" But then they were like, "All right now." Paul Pierce goes, "Right now, would you take Jamal Murray over Luka?" and then like Jamal Murray over Steph Curry, and then like KG's now ignoring him, and Paul Pierce goes, "Oh, motherfucker, I hesitated. You hear that? He hesitated." And KG was like, "No, man, I hesitated because I'm not listening to you right now." Like, it was just straight out of a sketch.
Is that the same video where he was like, "Yo, Caleb Vincent is balling"?
Yes, yes. It was Caleb Vincent. Yeah, and Tesla, he thought he was also asking people like that worked where they work. So I think they were doing it from like a sports book casino, like a sports book within a casino. And it was like smoke free. And he kept trying to be like, hey, can you light up? Can I light up here? And they were like, nah. He's like, but do you know that you can, or are you just saying that? Like it was incredible.
Paul Pierce fought hard to live that life. But my dude, why you living in public? Get off the ground. Don't be on the shows. You could do that same shit.
Yeah.
You can hit KG up on the off day and talk about the women you spending time with and you purchase it. And that's your right.
Yeah.
Why are you getting on TV and doing it? Why are you making it hot for yourself?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I think Paul Pierce really don't give a fuck.
I think that's right.
Because remember that one time he was like, I'm better than Dwayne Wade. And motherfuckers laughed at him. And he was like, yo, I'm serious right now. Like, I'm better than them. And he came to work the next day as if that shit was facts. Yo, yo, shout out Paul Pierce, man. He's crazy.
The truth.
Hey, man, it is beautiful seeing like the mentality that like that drives you to be a great athlete applied just outside of athletics.
Oh, it's so funny. All right, back to the agenda. I'm sorry. I got us all over the place. What else? Let's actually talk about the finals before we go back to some of the other chaotic things. So I don't know. I mean, like, whatever. Everybody's talked about it. Nuggets are up 2-1. We've had like one close game, right? The second game, game 2, the Heat won. Nuggets missed a shot at the buzzer. Games 1 and 3, though, Nuggets kind of dominated for most of it. Let's have Steve go first, and then Justin can respond to, because I know Steve's got some spice for the NBA Finals.
I think this is one of the most boring finals I've ever witnessed in my years of living. I'm not gonna say how old I am right now, but I'm a big boy, and it's very boring. But I also think it's boring because of two reasons. One, there's not really much star power. There's not really much fun people in it. That's one. And two, Miami Heat just can't really fuck with the Denver Nuggets. So it's kind of like you're just watching like a bully like put his hand in a kid's face and the kid's like trying to punch him. That's how every game feels. And then if Miami does win, the bully was like, oh shit, somebody just walked by, and then they let their guard down and they got like a little, you know what I'm saying? So it's just not fun for me. But shout out to all the people, all the basketball nerds out there that like two people having triple doubles and all of that jazz. If y'all fucking with that, hey man, I see you out there. I am not. You feel me?
Do you think because the Heat kind of did this to the Bucks and to the Celtics, right? But do you feel like this is different than because I really like that take, that because it does feel, to me anyways, it feels different than how the Heat beat the Celtics and the Bucks. It didn't feel like they were asleep at the wheel. It felt like Miami was just straight up beating them. But do you just think Denver is way better, and the only way Miami wins is if Denver's let's take tonight off?
Yeah, bro, your squad is deep. You know what I'm saying? Your fourth dude is better than the whole bench. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all got mad big motherfuckers. Everybody in your team, huge. Mad big. Aaron Gordon, big as fuck. Michael Porter, big as fuck. Bro, I swear to God, I wish I filmed this shit with my phone. I seen my son Gabe Vincent put two arms up and try to guard Jokic in the post. What the fuck is going on in South Beach? That's a mismatch. That Spo's just well, I guess it just happened. What?
Cody Zeller wasn't getting it done, so they had to switch to Gabe Vincent. Justin, are you as bored as Steve?
I'm not as bored as Steve, but I hear you. It is the Nuggets wins have been, we win in this game, and there's not really any question there. Where that game two is crazy. So it's kind of hard to say because that game had so many runs. The Nuggets went on a 40-14 run and still lost. Crazy. And then they were down about 10 after that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But outside of that game, it's been a lot of, I guess, not super competitive ball. It also hurts too because Jimmy Butler is not giving you the finals performance we saw in 2020. Where you get the best player on each team showing up and giving his all. Because in 2020, there was points where Jimmy Butler was playing better than LeBron, and objectively, anybody could see it whether you do basketball or not. And this one, it's definitely playing more subtle. He's getting to his spots at the end of games like he usually does, but it's definitely not pressing. Some people like said, "Oh, maybe his ankle will still hurt," but Denver is fun when they're on. I think watching Jokic is fun, and Jokic is I think is gonna have an increased star power because it's kind of obvious why he's great if you watch a game for like the layperson, because like, who is this goofy dude? And then the second they like Michelle's been watching, she was like, oh, he doesn't miss.
Yeah,
but it's not. I mean, I'm not gonna pretend like it's the most exciting finals, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. No, I like that. I like that. The more I've been thinking about it, I agree with Steve. Like, I think because I've been hard on Denver for like 2 years now and like them, that I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. But it's not. It isn't the sexiest of games.
I think. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, especially since we have since what is it, the sweep, the Warriors Cavs sweep, and there was like injuries in that, right? I think since then we've had competitive finals in a way that, like, even if I think they're all four. Looking at it, they're all 4-2. You're like, oh, either team can win this,
right?
And if you watch this, it seems like, well, Miami doesn't feel like they can win this unless they shoot 50% or higher from three more times.
Yeah. If they win,
it's not like
okay. If they win, bro, the performances from the team has to be when you go on 2K and you go to Game Sliders, you put everything fucking 100. Like, you gotta it has to be the most insane unconscious performance. But what I was gonna say about what you said, Justin, and I'm not gonna take credit for this take. I heard this from my dude Gilbert Arenas, and I agree with him. If Jokic wins, ain't nobody gonna give a fuck about his status, bro. Because you got to understand how crazy it is that they had an all-star game, and it's the 2-time MVP, and we had all the motherfucking faces of NBA. He's second to last, though. Bro, it don't matter. His star power is not going to get any higher, bro. People are going to be like, oh, yeah, he put numbers on the board. He's a great basketball player. But he's not going to be, like, lit like that.
Do you mean that? Do you mean within the league, or you mean, like, fans?
Fans.
Yeah.
Obviously, if I'm a basketball player, I gotta respect the game. You doing shit that sound like it's on 2K. But like, as fan base, like, as much as people love Ja Morant, that shit, he not gonna be like Ja. You feel me? He not gonna be eating chips with Charles Barkley like Jason Tatum and Naja Wilson. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just not gonna happen for him.
He's not even interested in it. It's like his game doesn't necessitate it. It's kind of, his game is very basketball nerdy in a way.
Yeah,
and he doesn't seem, his personality is not interested in the spotlight.
He's even said that, right? He's like, don't pick me. I wonder though, do like people even give a shit about the All-Star game anyways? Like, because that's what everybody said last time. Like, when it was in Salt Lake, like, nobody cares about it anymore. Although Silver was saying last night that they're entertaining the world versus the United States in next year's game, or in 2 years from now. That I'd watch that.
Sounds fire.
If they try.
Yeah, that sounds fire.
I'd watch that. All right, but you mentioned that this is the most boring finals that you can remember. I don't know if we've got any offhand. I feel like we should fire out some other boring finals that stood out.
07.
That was the one I thought. Like, that was the first one I thought of, was the Spurs sweep. Like, I remember it was so exciting. Like, well, probably not for Justin, but like LeBron and Boobie Gibson getting past the Detroit Pistons and then just getting waxed in like 80 to 70 games. You know,
I don't know the year. It might be 2001 when the Nets and the. Oh my God, that shit was, bro. That shit was like, yo, we just sunning you. You not doing nothing. You're losing like every game, bro. Oh my God, that shit was crazy. When I was young, I was like, yo, this guy Shaq is Jesus Christ.
Yeah, those. When you mentioned 2005, the Spurs Pistons one, which is wild because I was like, I wanted to defend it, but I remember that series now. And even though it went 7 games, there was one good game.
Yes, bro, that game was fire.
and it was Game 5, which is one of the worst basketball game I've ever seen in my life. Robert Horry, Vernon. But I remember that series being dry because like I said nah, and then I remembered I went go-karting during one of the games.
Oh hell yeah, that's how bad it was.
I was just like, I was 16. It's like I'm hanging out. Fuck this game.
Yeah, that Stubbs brings up a good one too. Magic versus Houston. Nick Anderson bricking those free throws.
This is gonna sound really nerdy. I recently watched that finals on YouTube. It's not as bad as it seems, but I get where you're coming from, Stubbs. But there's some cool shit in it. But yeah, the first 2 games is crazy, and it's like the third and fourth is like, what are we doing right now?
Yeah, it was a wrap. Like
Yeah.
those first 2 ones. Yeah.
Those Warriors ones over the injured Cavs weren't great because
No,
we
those
all
were
knew it was gonna happen. It was like, well, it's LeBron and like some dudes.
Cavs winning.
Shot.
Cavs winning that game, that series, the coming back from 3-1, saved that entire 4-year run. You know what I mean? Like, I think we would look back at this and being like, the NBA's broken. It's like, it's the same 2 teams, which it still was. But because Cleveland did that, we're like, holy shit, like, this is a insane rivalry.
J.R. Smith redemption.
That's right.
Bro, I remember watching that J.R. Smith game and then having to go to a midnight tech rehearsal at UCB, and everybody there is just yelling at like everybody, people who I didn't even know watch basketball, just like, damn, J.R. Smith is an idiot.
I watched that game at Roberta's outside, the one outside of Pine Box. They had like something set up outside, and we had a show. It was probably, I forget what, it's maybe Physically Bold, maybe, and we watched that game out there. Which was what, 25 years ago? All right, let's hit a couple more things. Whatever. So we just like Nuggets in 5, Nuggets in 6, something like that. But who cares?
Nuggets in 5, bro. Nuggets it gotta be.
I will say it's nice that if the Nuggets win, it's a fun new team like the Raptors winning. Because I'm looking at the results, and like you said, it's the team LeBron was on, or the team Steph Curry was on, or the Spurs.
That was another thing I wanted to discuss. I know it's not on the list, but I recently read an article that thinks that like the next dynasty is going to be Denver Nuggets. And when I floated it, I thought y'all was going to agree with it because I agree with the article. I think it's a fact because I think the way that the West Stars are going, it's going uphill for them. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that would be crazy to see them play other teams that isn't this ass. Does that make sense, bro? Like if the Nuggets is playing like Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, I think I would watch a whole game. I wouldn't stop one quarter and go, better call Saul. You know what I'm saying? So
how many times have you done that this out of 3 games? Have you done it twice?
I watched the full first one and twice. The second and third
game
one,
2, game 3.
Better call Saul time.
Yeah, I think because I've been thinking about that more since you sent that to us. I think there's some, because of like the new collective bargaining agreement, I think it's gonna be hard for teams to just drop bags on making like super teams. So I could see like the Warriors making one more run and being competitive, but I think it's gonna be really hard for these teams to build like real competitive squads. And the Nuggets are like locked. Oh, sorry, the Nuggets are locked in. Like they're probably gonna lose Bruce Brown this year, but like this dude Christian Brown looks pretty solid and does similar stuff as Bruce Brown. And I'm sure if you are like an aging vet that's like not Blake Griffin, better than Blake Griffin, but that type of player who's like, oh yeah, I'll go 1 year, go play in Denver, with Jokic. Seems like he's fun to play with.
I'll go Jeff Green it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Look, Christian Brown, that was that play where he went down, he hit Jimmy Butler with Jimmy Butler's move.
Yeah.
Dropped the shoulder in his chest and then went up for a little floater. It was like, oh no, this dude might actually be nice.
Something.
There's been two straight games where he's had like 3-minute stretches where he looks like
what was
a
great?
legit player, like a legit star. It was just weird.
He went 7 for 8 from the field, scored 15 points, hit 1 free throw. But the shot he missed was Paul George in the bubble, straight off the side of the backboard, corner 3. I mean, it was like, which I think was good, humbled him a little bit, like he's like, all right, maybe I should be cutting instead of spotting up.
Also, look, they showed up. Just real quick, I was got to drop his resume. 3-time state champion, national champion, and about to be NBA champion at 22. he's not gonna be humble. He's gonna be out here wilding next year.
Yeah, he gonna be like the quarterback in Euphoria. I forgot his name. You know what I'm talking about, the little greasy jumbo Tom Cruise. You feel me? But what I was gonna
White Zion in a couple years.
White Zion. For fellas, we gotta take some time right now. We gotta discuss something crazy. Jeff Green is gonna have a ring before Westbrook and James Harden. Life is insane. Do you understand how crazy that sentence is? Do you understand? If I was Westbrook, I would be fuming in my Los Angeles, California home, bro. What did you say? Jeff Green a ring before me? Oh man, it's crazy.
And still out there catching bodies every round. Every round, Jeff Green catches a body.
Yeah,
it's
crazy.
Incredible. He's scared of no one.
Hey man, hey man, look, if you're out there and you're like at least heralded member of a collective, and you see other people in the collective shining, starring in movies that are potentially coming out in a couple weeks, and like you getting it down on yourself, like, oh man, maybe it's not gonna happen. You just gotta stay low and build like Jeff Green. Because maybe that's not your role, man. You need to be the veteran guy on the bench. He's motivating the teams. He's getting a lot of, what are those? The mic'd up.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, yeah, all the Jeff Greens out there, keep building. I mean,
that had a Mariah Mills level of specificity.
Oh man.
Oh, it's all over my Instagram. Of what you're talking about, I'm assuming. All right. I can't imagine they're watching. All right. The one other thing I wanted to hit on the finals, and then let's hit some CP3 and Dame, and we can wrap. So I read this story a long time ago. Somebody profiled Jamal Murray. It might have been The Ringer. I can't even remember, but somebody did actually, it might have been Zach Lowe, did a long piece on Jamal Murray a few years back. I think it might have been after his knee injury. And he was talking about like him growing up, and his dad like trained him quite a bit. And he did a sit down with Malika this week, I think. And he was telling a story about how, and it's like now going off on Twitter because everybody's quote tweeting being like, is that parenting or is that bullying? But he used to have to do these like squats. I think they are like one-legged squats while holding hot cups of tea, like for balance. Mm-hmm. And I think he was kind of talking about like, coming back from knee injury and like the strength that he's built since he was like a kid or whatever. But I think a lot of people who didn't know this are being made aware of it now. And I think they're having like a tough time where like, I think it was supposed to be presented in a way being like, this dude is built different. This dude is tough. And instead they're like, do we have to alert the authorities on Mr. Murray?
Okay, so that's why he don't miss. They trained him like an anime character. Okay, yeah. I get it now. Hey, yo, Mr. Murray, you made a bad boy. That man is crazy. Don't miss, tween, drive, mid-range, fadeaways. He is crazy. So if you got him juggling, holding hot water cups on his foot, I don't give a fuck. He is going buck wild.
He's awesome. I've become like such a super fan of him. I'm almost embarrassed by it now. But especially because I like planted that flag so early about the Donovan Mitchell stuff. Now we're just every day. I got to get a Jamal Murray tattoo. Also, Team Canada's backcourt, it's going to be Jamal Murray and SGA.
What?
How about that? You got RJ Barrett on the wing. Little Lou Dort. I can't think of any other Canadians. I'm sure there's some other.
They got Andrew Wiggins at the 5.
Yeah.
Samuel Dellenberg off the bench. Now let me start with the Samuel Dellenberg.
But SGA and Jamal Murray, man.
Bad boys.
I'm here for it. I don't know. Anything else? Something, Jamal? I
gotta say something. I said this in the group chat. I gotta say it. If you guys know, 89 Cavs is all about consistency. And it's also about being true and admitting when you're wrong. I once stated on this podcast that Donovan Mitchell is better than Jamal Murray. I'm here to tell you guys I'm wrong.
Yes.
I was wrong and I apologize because Jamal Murray is a bad boy out of this world. Shout out Canada 5 times, man. Shout out Canada.
5 times.
Yeah, I think, man, we're going to get a beautiful – next year, Jamal Murray's going to be like fully healthy, and I think he's going to have a nice season.
I was looking at something crazy this morning. He averaged 20 points a game in the regular season, He's averaging 27 in the postseason this year. 7-point difference. He's shooting 50% from the field, 40% from three, 90% from the line. And then he's averaging a 30-point triple, or it's like 33, 14, and 9. Like, what are you? And then everybody today is like, is this the best duo? Is this the best two-man game we've seen? It's like, yeah, yeah. Like specifically two-man game. I know like Steph and KD on the same team.
That don't count though. Yeah, that don't count though.
Well, they didn't play two-man game, right?
Yeah,
that would have been like
that don't
Steph
count,
and
though.
Draymond, right?
Yeah,
Steph and
it's not like Penny and Shaq. It's not like Stockton and Malone. That shit don't count.
Right. And I'm like, I can't even think of an example like of a two-man game in the last 10 years.
Both motherfuckers got triple doubles.
It's
nah,
crazy.
That shit is ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Hey, there was those couple games where Booker and KD were looking unstoppable, but
that's true. I feel like
that's different.
I feel like KD refuses to play two-man games.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen Kevin Durant set a screen? I'm just for two-man game purposes. Like, you got to do a lot of screening. Right? It's a lot of.
Yeah, he set a screen, but he didn't set a screen like Malone and Jokic, bro. Yeah, but he did a screen before though. But I get what you're saying.
All right, let's do. I don't know. We got 2 topics left. We've got Dame, who is. Oh yeah, that's right. Well, Justin just put in our private chat. Get Ish Smith a ring.
Is he on the? Why did he on the Hornets?
Because he probably was. He
probably was.
I think he's been on 20 teams or something crazy 100%, like that.
100%.
Well, oh yeah. One other thing. Speaking of Ish Smith, did you guys see Monty Morris, who was on the Nuggets last year, was courtside at Miami and then just like hugging everybody after they won the game? I love that.
That's love.
I love that. That's like when you guys get famous. That's gonna be me. I'll be hugging you guys.
When you famous, Mike, I'm gonna give you a big dab.
Oh yeah.
No, you'll be on the team though. You'll be on the team. You'll be come on. All right, what do you guys want to do first? You want to do Chris Paul getting waived kind of, but not really, or Dame like who never wants to get traded now, like flirting, like, yeah, this is definitely hypothetical, but here's where I would go. I don't know. What do you guys want to do first?
I wanted to ask about the Dame because I was doing a little research for the show. And I seen this, and I felt like being like, all right, I gotta ask Mike Z if this shit is factual because this looks stupid. Then I seen 10 different articles by 10 like reputable publications. I'm like, yo, this guy Dame is crazy. It's either he could see the ship sinking and he's trying to jump off but not look like a Marquez Buster, or he's just bored saying shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's probably a little bit of both, but maybe it was CJ McCollum pointed out he was on ESPN, but it wasn't that. It was like on Twitter after the fact. He was like, Dame said that he wants to stay in Portland, but he's not here for a rebuild. So almost being like, yeah, I'm loyal to winning, but if we aren't going to be trying to win, then I'd move. And I was like, oh yeah, that is a nice little clause there that he's like, yeah, dude, Portland forever unless we suck, then get me out.
He's crazy, man. He's crazy.
Hey, but yeah, he was basically like, I go to Miami. I'd go to Miami unless they win a chip. Then he wouldn't go to Miami. He said he wouldn't go to Boston. Yeah, and now reports are like Portland would be interested in moving him to the East, but not the West. It's like I don't know what Portland seems drunk.
I mean, shout out Portland because it's a beautiful city. But Portland, you got a problem in your hands because this motherfucker speaking in a different language. Yeah, if Miami loses, I can go there. But if they win, why would you ever? Like, what are you talking about, Dave? Dave is talking some crazy shit. I could never go to Boston, though. I'll go to Brooklyn. Like, what? Bro, you know where you're going to go? Where we trade you. Because you signed a contract, and I don't care.
What Miami got to trade him other than like what Hero and Vincent and like selling Hyle and Vincent and all those?
Yeah, they got nothing. And Gabe's a free agent too. Gabe's about to get paid. Like they have absolutely nothing.
But I see it though. I see what Dame is trying to do from the perspective that Portland has 3, so it's like force their hand to get better, or he recognizes that Portland also has a chance to just depending on where the Hornets are leading, just take Scoot and say, all right, we got a point guard. Didn't work out with you, Dame. Let's get you out of here and fully rebuild.
And you can still get a lot back from Dame right now. Like 2 years from now, you might not be able to get the same package, but all of a sudden you got Shaden Sharp, Simons, and Scoot Henderson, move Nurk, move Jeremy Grant, move Dame, and then now you can like actually rebuild versus because if you have Dame, you're still gonna win like 35, 40 games. You know, like he's just too good.
Where would you guys want to see him go?
Just
Man, okay.
realistic or not? That's
Realistic.
Unless you got a not realistic one, I want to hear it.
Yeah, if you got a one that's fake, it might be fire.
fake.
Yeah, not
Fake?
Realistic.
Put him in the Knicks. Let me see that. Let me see Dame on the Knicks.
Dame and
I want to
Brunson
see.
just like no defense.
I don't care. I just want to see Knicks fans be extra belligerent.
Yeah.
You want
That would be
mayhem.
fun.
Y'all can't
Yes,
even
that's-
breathe the air right now, and you want that mayhem in the
I'm rooting for absolute mayhem.
That would be great. I was like interested in the Boston one but he said he didn't want to go there. But if you did, listen, I'm pro Jaylen Brown, even though he can only dribble with one hand. I hope they keep Jaylen Brown. I hope he stays. But if you did Jaylen Brown, like Marcus Smart, some picks for Dame, you run out now, like you still, I don't know. I kind of like that. I kind of like Dame, but whatever. He said he didn't want to go. So Brooklyn makes no sense to me. I don't know why you would want to go to Brooklyn. Like you would just be doing the
He'd just
same
be in
shit.
Portland.
Yeah.
It's a blacker Portland.
Yeah, that's all it is, bro. He's bugging, man. But man, I'm telling y'all never been there. Beautiful city, though. One of my favorites, man. Good food, good people.
Yeah, I don't know. What OKC?
Nah.
Dame.
Are you sure, though?
Dude, you move-
OKC would be fire, bro.
You probably got to move Giddey and some picks, and then you roll out Dame, SGA. I love Giddey. I love Giddey, but you roll out Dame, SGA, Jalen Williams, Dort, Chet Holmgren.
That is nasty. I would watch that.
And I was looking at it. Actually, you guys just guess. How many first-round picks do you think OKC can trade right now? Not like just this year, in the next couple of years.
7?
Justin?
10?
12.
That is wild.
They got good ones too. Like they have Houston's first, I think, next year if it's like top 4 protected from the Chris Paul deal, from Chris Paul, Russ Westbrook. They still have Clippers picks from SGA, from the SGA Paul George deal. Yeah, they got wild picks. They probably won't do that either, but that'd be fun. Also, I think Stubbs might be dipping out. Stubbs is gonna be in Vegas, baby.
Yes, my God.
Go.
My God. We taking a shot, boy.
I'm excited for that.
Shout out to Vegas. That's gonna be fun. Honestly, do we gotta talk about Chris Paul?
Yeah, we could just say RIP, you feel me?
But you know what? We'll probably RIP. We'll just say RIP.
No more state for him.
Yeah, we'll have more info next week probably. Wait, Steve, did you have a landing spot for Dame?
I wanted to see him in Boston. I read that he wanted to go to Boston. I didn't know he didn't want to go anymore.
I think he said it later in the day. He was like, nah.
Because I think that'll put them over the little hump that they're in right now. So that would be fire.
Yeah. Magic? Oh, maybe. What about Orlando? Throw him with like Paolo, Franz.
That could be fire.
No state tax,
Paolo?
Dame.
No state tax.
Well, you saying trade Paolo for Dame?
No. Sorry, I was trade like Fultz. I mean, Isaac.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
Isaac would do great in Portland. I feel like John.
I was about to say because I was going to say I wouldn't trade Paolo for Dame because Paolo is going to be top 50 when it's all over.
Wow.
Oh, I like that.
I saw a photo on Twitter that was Paolo because they're doing some of the young guys talking to doing like media at the finals, and Paolo is talking to Jokic, and they're like the same height.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That picture.
I think Jokic was slumping a little bit, but
Oh, okay. I thought your man was 7 foot. I'm like, oh my
close.
God.
He's close.
Oh my God.
All right, we can call it there. We hit almost everything besides CP3, and honestly, I don't have any other CP3 takes either, except His poor daughter just gonna get bullied some more, I think.
Hey, I just want CP3 to know, man, it was Liddy. I grew up watching you when you was in the Hornets, doing all that shit with the little wristbands, David West on your team, seeing it all go downhill with Blake Griffin. I just want to tell you one thing, man. You tried your hardest, and I respect you.
That's nice.
But you're not winning, bro.
All right.
And it's cool. And it's fine. You got the State Farm money. Just relax, man. Drink some wine. Don't try to get on the team because you definitely gonna be ass on another team. Just retire. It's cool.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
we might see it though. Hey, look, maybe CP3 ends up doing the Shaq, and then he does end up on Boston. Because I saw a picture of Shaq on Boston, I was like, I forgot this happened.
Yeah.
You forgot about that?
Shaq
You
said
remember-
something wild. Like last week, he was like, "We would have won a chip if I didn't get hurt." I was like, "Excuse me, Shaq."
Yo, yeah, I remember him on Cleveland though.
He was a big boy.
Yo, he was wilding on Cleveland.
Yeah, dude. You know what? Chris Paul can come to Boston if they fire Missoula, and then we just have CP3 do like a player coach thing. Like, let's get weird. If Chris Paul, let him coach.
Missoula
Hey.
getting fired for real though. You know,
I don't know if he's getting fired, but they're definitely bringing in veterans. Isn't Sam Cassell like the top assistant now?
Sam Cassell is. Yes, he is.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Shout out to
definitely-
Sel, man.
And then he lost his staff to Ime in Houston.
Yeah, they'll bounce. Everything's fine, guys. Everything's fine.
It's going all right in Beantown.
All right,
Hey.
before we get out of here, wait, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say I didn't talk about it. I don't think we've been on a podcast since it, but I was at Game 6, Miami.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, man.
I was at Game 6 for Miami and Boston. Fantastic game to go to. Shout out Miami. Actually has good fans. The arena was rocking. Although when they lost, everybody fouled out pretty uniformly, and they were like, "All right," and just went on with their days. Like it wasn't New York, like people yelling, "Motherfucker!" I heard a bunch of people just be like, "Ah, man, they got us."
They got it. They got it.
Nobody was really mad. The only people acting out was Boston fans that were there. So Boston travels, and
Sounds about right. I bet they all
Shout
have a
out.
bunch of sunburns.
yeah, shout out to the drunk dudes on the golf cart who pulled up to the arena and saw a black dude, a chubby black dude with a beard, and kept yelling, "Hey, it's Rick Ross!"
That's OD.
No.
That's
Weaving
OD.
through traffic in a golf cart. Shout out to Miami. That's it.
On behalf of the state of Massachusetts, I sincerely apologize. I'm gonna just share this link for the people that are in the chat. I got it pinned. If you are in YouTube already and watching it right now, if you are listening in the audio form, we tweeted it out. I think it's my pinned tweet, so go check that out. But if you're coming out to Vegas with us, we're gonna be out there staying at the Park MGM, getting out there. Well, technically it starts Thursday. We're getting out there Wednesday though, baby. But we'll be out there. We're doing a live show. We get some fun shit there. We're going to Summer League games on Friday, confirmed. Maybe some other days too, but we get the games on Friday, live show Friday. We have a happy hour Saturday. We're going to the NBA convention Saturday. We got a lot of shit going on. But I threw a little Google form together just to get a feel for numbers. So if you guys are coming out, we're gonna have a good time. We got Team Hold crew. We got the 89 Cavs crew. We got the Shot Tank crew. We've got a lot of people out there.
I'll say this on camera. Your boy surprisingly has never gotten bottle service. I'm gonna be out in Vegas, Mr. Bobby Bottles. So
What?
Can I get a shot of the bottle? What's going on?
for the Cavs.
Where are we doing bottle service? Where is it? Have you scouted a location?
I have not scouted a location, but we'll figure it out. If it's at an Usher show, if it's at just some random thing.
Jack Harlow performing. We got Usher. We got Kevin. We got shows there, bro. We getting lit somewhere.
Listen, I want to meet Jack Harlow now after that performance in White Man Can't Jump. I'm in. I'm in on Jack Harlow now.
He's a good actor.
Yeah, here we go. We'll end with this. Steve, you can play us out right after this. I have never listened to a Jack Harlow song. I don't know what he sounds like. I couldn't tell you a damn thing. Unless he had a hot TikTok song that maybe I scrolled past one time. But I didn't I couldn't tell you.
You never heard What's Poppin'? Brand new whip just hopping.
Yeah.
I can pass
That's
that girl
Jack
like
Harlow?
stock. Yeah, I can pass that girl.
Oh, wow.
I know you've heard that because the NBA played it for an entire season.
Yeah.
It's like Chiron music.
Yeah, man.
That's right. That's right. That's probably how I heard it. I'm so old. All right, Steve, get it. We'll be back next week. I think we'll get some more finals takes. Get ready for Vegas.
Yeah.
Steve, get us out.
You just listened to 89 Cavs, the best basketball podcast in the world. This is Mike. That's Justin. I'm Steve. May all your endeavors go well and all your jump shots be wet like water. Stay up like a hard dick. You heard me.